For the 26th Sunday in Ordinary Time, Jesus continues his challenge to his disciples yet again. And again, this is a week that deals quite a bit with wealth. So our first reading and our gospel are pretty well connected. You know, the first reading railing against the complacent wealthy, if you will. And in many ways, that's what the gospel reading is about. You know, this rich man is completely indifferent to the trials of Lazarus, who, you know, he steps over every day on the way in and out of his house, and he does nothing to provide for his needs on earth. Well, what's the twist? You know, in the life to come, you know, Lazarus is unable to do anything for the man's needs in eternity because there's a great chasm between the two. It kind of highlights the connection between what we do here on earth and, you know, the fact that, you know, our eternal destiny is really founded on the consistent choices that we make in this life. And, you know, we talk a lot about, I guess some people talk a lot about, you know, the possibility of, like, you know, deathbed conversion or something like that. And yeah, that's very well a possibility. But, you know, we who are aware of the Lord's challenge need to respond in such a way here in this life that it becomes the norm that we want to reach out and provide for the needs of other people here, because, you know, nobody's capable of providing for our needs if we're, you know, on the other side of the chasm in eternal life. And even in that, you know, the word that's used to describe the place where the rich man is after his death, you know, kind of has a certain development to it over time. You know, it begins in Jewish literature as just the place of the dead where all people go, and then eventually takes on the connotation of the place of judgment of the damned around the time of Jesus. So, you know, it's one of those things. It could mean two different things, but, you know, in our Christian faith, you know, we know the reality that Jesus lays out there for us. There are two destinies for us after this life, and where we end up, you know, really depends on the consistent choices that we make throughout our lives. And Jesus says repeatedly, some of those choices really need to be for the good of the poor, for the good of those in need who God places in our midst, oftentimes right in front of us. And maybe, you know, we don't see people who outright on the surface are in particular need, but you know what? Some of us don't really go in search of them either, and that might be the sticking point for us on our journey. That, you know, we're indifferent in other ways, out of sight, out of mind. It doesn't mean so much to us. Maybe that's the place where our hearts need to be converted a little bit more. Not going out of my way to find those that are in need of my assistance in my life. You know, maybe that's it. Let's turn to the Lord and certainly seek a deeper gratitude for His goodness towards us and the freedom, you know, to provide for those who are in greater need.